We grew up thinking that we don't need therapy. Like, what is therapy? Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, when we was young, when you said, oh, I need therapy or I need to go to therapy, like, people looked at you like you was crazy. Women, we most definitely have to be more considerate to our men in this community, especially since we're being more of the independent, like, status and classes and stuff like that. So, like, we just need to take a page from their book. Like, when when the shoe was on their foot and they was providing and we really wasn't out there hustling, we really wasn't out there making money and stuff like that. We was more, like the moms back in the day were more like home, like at home and stuff like that, and take care of the kids while the man, go to work and provide. So now we just need to, like, just be more open-minded. Now we hustlers, now we grinding. Why not compromise and work with somebody that you actually genuinely care about? And I'm not saying everything is going to be perfect, everything is going to be great, but at least you gave it a try, you gave it a chance. And you're not just bashing a person just because of the situation that they're in at the moment. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Its.AprilMichelle. And based off the title, you can already see what this video is going to be about, y'all. And I honestly feel like this is a video that I was supposed to do a long time ago, y'all. Like, I feel like this topic is very touching, very personal, very, yeah. When it comes to the Black community, y'all, it is very touchy subject. It's a very touchy subject, and I know, it's so many perspectives, based off the social media and stuff. It's so many, of our people tearing each other down like crabs in a bucket and stuff like that. And pretty much I just want this video to be an awareness and to open a lot of people's eyes to what's actually going on in the world. Like, if you don't see it's happening, I just want you to be more aware that it's going on, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, y'all, so I got my little notepad or whatever like that. So I'm gonna be looking, down and stuff like that at my notes. And I'm not gonna dive too deep into this conversation, but I'm very much so gonna touch on a lot of topics that I feel like, we should talk about as, our Black community. So yeah. And I just want to say before I start this video that I'm not here to bash any men, Black men, or blame us Black women. I just want to, put a highlight on this topic and, hopefully it can help our people, because it's getting real bad, y'all. We got to do better. We got to come together and we got to, I don't know, like, I just feel like we need to work. We got to stick together because, like, it's just so many races and cultures on the outside of our Black community that see us and they know that we like crabs in a bucket, y'all. Like, it's bad, it's terrible, and we gotta do better. Like, it's bad, it's real bad. So yeah. Okay, so my main question is, where did all this tension come from? Where did the tension come from? And I know y'all probably thinking right now, like, it's a lot of possibilities, it's a lot of reasons, and it is, it's true. But I have we only have like 2 different examples or whatever like that I personally feel like, my opinion on why we are so at each other's heads and we're so beefed up and we've been tearing each other down, like, for so long. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna drag this on, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this. Okay, so first thing is, we grew up hearing that man's supposed to be this way and a woman's supposed to be that way as we grew up, in our Black community. Okay, so I honestly feel like when it comes to, us growing up and growing off of, what we was raised on, like, men's supposed to be acting this way or doing this, and women supposed to act that way and supposed to be doing that. And I feel like, we got so stuck and caught up into what we think was supposed to happen, and, like, pretty much like black and white. Like, we supposed to just stick to whatever we grew up on. So nowadays, like us women are becoming more independent. We own our own things. We're not, we're single and stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like it's a hard pill for the men to swallow. It's like, it's catching them off guard. They don't know how to handle a situation like this, not all of them, but some of them, and I feel like, I don't know for real, but I just feel like, we have to communicate more. I feel like if we communicate more and come to common grounds and stuff like that, we can probably, understand the men from their perspective on why they feel like, that independent women probably be too much for them, or, our personas might be too much for them, and maybe we do need to tone it down. Maybe, I know we do be popping our shit, and don't get me wrong, we deserve to. But at the same time, when we popping it, let's not talk down and belittle our men. Because I see that a lot. Like a lot of women, they successful now and they doing their own little thing. But now, they bashing the men. They talking down on them, saying, they not this, they not that, they broke, this, that, and the third. And in reality, y'all gotta think about it. Like back in the day, the men, they were taking care of us with and a lot of women was coming with little to nothing and probably had a few kids to bring with them into a situation, and the man would still take care her and her kids, and provide for the family and stuff like that. So I mean, like, now that we're independent and stuff like that, we might experience some men that, I'm not saying build a nigga, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you might see somebody that's, going through something, but you see their vision and you see their passion, and that, they are working towards something. So why not pour into them? Why not help them? Why not feed into them? If you already successful and where you at in life, and you see this man that's, working so hard, and you care for him and you love him, and he's not coming off as he needs your talent, or he needs, the stuff that you can do for him. He's coming at you as if, he loves you and he knows that y'all can build together. So, y'all can help each other, things like that. So I feel like, we need to stop being so tough and so mean to the men, because I feel like, the men, they have feelings too, and, they're human too. And I feel like, sometimes we forget that, and we probably, look past that and stuff like that, and probably think like, oh, they'll be all right, they're strong, they okay. And that goes back to, our old sayings, like men always supposed to be strong and this and that and the third. And it's like, that's not always true. Men have feelings too, and they have emotions, and they have trauma and stuff like that. And I feel like, we can't just, disregard things like that, and just always assume that, they got it, they can handle it, and stuff like that. So I feel like, honestly, with us women, we most definitely have to be more considerate to our men in this community, especially since we're being more of the independent, like, status and classes and stuff like that. So like, we just need to take a page from their book. Like when when the shoe was on their foot and they was providing, and we really wasn't out there hustling, we really wasn't out there making money and stuff like that. We was more, like the moms back in the day were more like home, like at home and stuff like that, and take care of the kids while the man, go to work and provide. So now we just need to like just be more open-minded. Now we hustlers, now we grinding. Why not compromise and work with somebody that you actually genuinely care about? And I'm not saying everything is going to be perfect, everything is going to be great, but at least you gave it a try, you gave it a chance. And you're not just bashing a person just because of the situation that they're in at the moment. Because we all have them down times. We have times where we're not always at our most high. Sometimes we are at our low, or sometimes we might be, shortchanged, or might be, losing some hours, or trying to find a job, or in between, a lot of things. Like, just trying to decide what we want to do next. And I feel like, it's good to have a partner that, can relate to you, that understands you, that wants the best for you, and things like that. Because I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's pressure. It's pressure for both of us. It's pressure for the men and the women. And I feel like sometimes like the men are just, getting, some of them are getting very I don't know. I don't want to say angry, but they are very much disappointed, distasteful at, I guess, our attitudes now. That attitude, like, I don't give a fuck and shit like that. I'm gonna get it regardless, or da 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 da. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like when we be like that, we more in our masculine energy, and that's because, we're hurt. We got hurt before, and we're still healing from that. But at the same time, it's like, when we're trying to get into another situation, like, if you're not all the way healed, then don't get in another situation. Because when you get in another situation, like, you can verbally abuse somebody, you can verbally hurt somebody and tear a person down because you're not happy within yourself because of your past trauma and your past things. And it just brings a whole lot of drama and chaos. And honestly, like, I'm just so tired of our black women getting on the internet bashing our black men. It's no other race doing that, and it's just getting sad. It's embarrassing because, like, it's other races and communities that's watching this and watching us, and they're laughing at us because it's sad. Like, it's sad that we're tearing each other down. It's sad that we're not sticking together. It's sad that that the outside can see it's easy for them to manipulate a situation between us, and they know we're gonna fall apart immediately. Like, immediately, we're gonna fall apart. And I just feel like, it's sad, y'all. It's getting real sad. Like I know, for a good example, like, some of us women, be like, end up in interactions with men, like arguments and debates, because maybe we're not interested and we don't want to talk to them, or you just look pretty. And it's like, maybe somebody in the past probably, hurt their feelings, whatever, like that. So now, the next pretty girl or the next independent woman or somebody that's secure and, confident within themselves, they just, it rubs them the wrong way or whatever, like that. So, yeah, I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, if you get it, you get it. Okay, so I honestly feel like, too, that we need to start acknowledging that we have trauma and we have problems that we need to work out. And if you're not ready, per se, to be in a relationship, then you have to do your personal self-help. You have to start helping yourself, see what's wrong with you, do a little bit of self-love and stuff like that. But don't rush into something if you know mentally that you're not prepared to be in something with somebody else. And I just feel like, that's very important, because some people jump into relationships or situationships thinking, they are good and there's nothing wrong with them, but that's the only thing with our black community. Like, we grew up thinking that we don't need therapy. Like, what is therapy? Like, I don't know. Like, I just felt like, when we was young, when you said, oh, I need therapy, or I need to go to therapy, like, people looked at you like you was crazy. Like, black people don't do that. Black people don't go to therapy and stuff like that. And I just feel like, that was something that, our generation, well, our community looked down on. And I feel like, in today's world, we need to start, going to therapy, getting some help and stuff like that, because trauma is real. Trauma is real. People really go through stuff. People really go through a lot of stuff. And no matter how much time went by and how much change that person experienced is still within them, especially like if they never got any help, they're just burying it down, and it's just making it worse for them as well as the person that they're with, because it might cause, conflict within a relationship, as well as, it might make the person feel, a little bit depressed and go into depression mode and stuff like that, because, they're not happy within themselves, and also, they don't have a way or know a way to express themselves. So, it just, brings a lot of trauma, brings a lot of toxicity and stuff like that, because that's the only way they know how to express themselves, through, verbal abuse or physical abuse. And it's not right at all, but at the same time, like, it's awareness. Like, if you know that you need help, if you know that you're not ready, if you know that you have trauma, most definitely you need to get help. You need to get help. And honestly, I just feel like, us black people, we just need to do better. We need to do better. We need to stick together, like, because nobody's gonna have our back like us. And honestly, I feel like we are so much stronger together. And the quicker we realize that we're stronger together than apart, we will be better off in life. We would be better off in life, y'all. Because these other races are trying to erase all of our cultures, all of our, like, just history. They trying to erase our history and make it seem like, pretty much we didn't do anything. We didn't bring anything to the table. We didn't create anything. And we're not continuing to create stuff, because if you look on TikTok and other social medias, it's a lot of races that's looking up to us. They doing what we do. They dressing like us. They listen to our music. They trying to dance like us. So it's like, in reality, y'all, we are the creators. We are the creators. Everything about us is independent, creativity, uniqueness, because we're different. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if we stuck together more, bro, we can do so much more. We can stand up against so much. Like, it's just like, just us doing this one day at a time. That's why I said I have to make this video, because I'm just tired of, our men and women, like, black men and black women bashing each other. It's like war. We're literally at war with each other, and I just don't understand why. Like, I feel like we just need to communicate more and stop being so angry at each other, because at the end of the day, we need each other. We need each other more than anything, because nobody understands what we're going through more than we do. We understand. We know. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I know this video probably all over the place, but hopefully y'all picked up what I was putting down and stuff like that, because it's 2026, y'all, and the people, they are still taking and erasing and taking and erasing and taking and erasing. So why not start today, y'all, and start being more nicer to our black people, bro? If you like, and it's like, stop being crabs in a bucket. Like, it's like, people, y'all, like, our black community, we want to see people do good, but not better than us. And I don't like that. Like, I personally, I'm not like that. I love for people to succeed. I love to see people grow and stuff like that. It's just like, it's not all of us. And it's not all of us, and to make all of us look bad, because it's like, one person can put somebody on, and the person that you put on, another person will ask them, because, the blessing is to pass on the message and pass on, the skills and stuff like that, so somebody else can learn. But then when somebody else come to them and ask them after you taught them, they gatekeeping. They don't want to tell the person what apps to use, how to edit, how to do this, how to do that, how to make some money. And I just don't understand that. Why we all can't make money? Why we all can't share a platform together? Like, why it always gotta be a competition? Why it always gotta be a competition? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, I just don't understand that. And honestly, y'all, we need to do better. We do. So, this video was very short. I know. Okay, so I have this little activity I want y'all to do, okay? Drop down in the bottom, in the comments, list one commitment that you can start doing. One commitment you can start doing this year. For example, you can start off saying, I will stop, da 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 da. Or you can say, I will start, da 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 da. Or you can say, I will heal, da dot, 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 dot. But put one of those commitments down there at the bottom, because we need to start today. And I know people probably not gonna take this serious, but we need to start taking this serious, because if we don't, y'all, everything about our black community will be erased, and they will take everything from us, and we'll be back in slavery. We already in slavery, but we really will be back in slavery. So we need to wake up and open our eyes up and do more. Stop trying to always fight and always trying to have the last word and always trying to prove a point to somebody, especially if it's not necessary. Some people don't even deserve words. They don't. Like, try to be more positive. When people looking at you and they angry, smile at them, boo. Smile. Because maybe they having a bad day. And if you smile at them, they might not smile back right then. But when they leave out that door, they're going to realize, like, damn, I was being mean. Or, dang, I need to check myself. You know what I'm saying? And even if they don't, just keep going about your way. Long as you do your part, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to always match that negativity energy just because somebody else is damaged or, mad at the world. Like, they don't, like... I know energy's rub off, but you also a child of God, so you also can prevent that energy. You also can protect your energy and protect your space to the point that, it won't rub off on you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just be more considerate of what you dish out. Be more considerate of people's feelings. Most definitely. Be more considerate of our black community, y'all. Because whether y'all believe it or not, they are stripping us each and every day. They taking away from us each and every day. They destroying us in each and every way. So, yeah. I'm going to leave this right here for y'all. Hopefully, it makes sense to y'all as much as it made sense in my head. Because I tried to write it down, y'all, but yeah. So yeah, without further ado, this is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can be notified every time I drop a video. Bye, guys. Okay, y'all, so one more thing I do want to say, y'all. We got to stop being, us women, black women, have to stop being so hard on our black men. We do. They're learning just as much as we are. They're growing just as much as we are. We have trauma, they have trauma too. We all bleed the same. So just take that into consideration because they're human. So I know like a lot of them seem like they're angry and defeated and stuff like that. It's because they don't have nobody to talk to. They feel like they got to carry all of this on they back by themselves on top of whatever woman they're dealing with, drama. So stop dumping all of your trauma and everything on that man. Love on that man and help that man, okay? If you want to be with that man. And if it's just like a regular guy, on the street, you don't have to be so angry. You don't have to be so hatred towards nobody. Okay? You don't. Like, what is the purpose? It's too much energy to have hate towards somebody. It's too much energy. It does. Like, it's gonna prevent your blessings. It's gonna stop your blessings, and you won't get far in life. Like, this world is getting too scary. It's getting too crazy, and it's getting worse because we as a black community, like, we need to stick together, y'all. We do. Like, we do. It's real bad. It's real bad. And don't forget to drop y'all commitments down below. Okay?